Thank you for joining us for a surprise ending of a fatal bear attack. This is that story, and it does have a surprise ending. It's by myself, Gary J. Ordog, MD, retired from the County of Los Angeles Department of Health Services. Okay, this is a story that starts back in August of 2021. Approximately on the 15th, but the story wasn't reported till the 21st, and it has a very surprising ending, at least for me and most of the people involved. And bear attacks are one of my research topics, and this case intrigued me, and so I followed it closely. I usually went down there and observed what was happening every day, tried to get involved, ask questions. Okay, it's been 2 weeks since the woman's body was found in this area, about 100 yards to my east, but the only report that's come out is that she was probably killed by a wild animal, most presumably a bear, and that further testing was being done, including DNA, hopefully. The autopsy results have not been given, and since a couple days after the attack and killing, that there have been no further official updates. Alright, so anyway, I will keep you posted. So this is 2 weeks now, and lots of berries around here. It's a blueberry patch over there, and lots of places for a bear to hide, like right here. It's a beautiful spot, a big hole there. Anyway, it happened just over there where that truck is right now. In the blueberry patch, open fields on the other side. So anyway, I will keep you updated. Thank you. So this was reported in many news sources as a bear attack fatality. At first maybe a murder or stabbing, but then it was determined to be a bear attack and reported. This was the day that the body was found. Is behind that yellow ribbon there where the red marker is. And I'm driving by in my car. This is the farmhouse where the body was found. Allegedly, a friend of the family went to pick blueberries by herself out in the field, which is only 100 feet away. The body was found here, as noted by the arrow and the little red marker. Headlines in many of the newspapers said the bear was to blame for the body. The death was determined at a later date to be not gang-related, as it was the first reported to be a stabbing. I called and offered assistance, having researched this extensively over the past 45 years. The news sources said take precautions, and that was conservation officers and the RCMP, etc., said that. Again, it was reported to be a bear. A bear disturbed the woman's body. In my estimation, probably ate some of it, and there were probably bite marks. Immediate DNA would have determined what kind of animals should be apprehended in this case, as there are lots of wild animals in the area. An autopsy can be done within days. And I would say immediately from what this, I assume the body was like, I would have seen to be bite marks and not stab wounds, not gunshot wounds. I notice a personal observation when bears are around, as in this case, and coyotes usually disappear. And this has also been documented by trail camera studies. When bears move in, coyotes move out, and vice versa. I suspect that bears keep the free and vicious dogs at bay as well as the coyotes. Anyway, back to the story. The local roads were closed for some time, and multiple news reports were coming out. The people were frightened. The citizens were hiding in their homes. At first it said it was a stab wound, then allegedly a bear claw. Black bears do not normally charge at humans, was a good point made by the conservation officer. The farmer had never seen a bear there, and he lived there. So that was kind of unusual to have a bear attack when there's no bears. This is not gang related, but then again, I've never seen a gang bite someone to death. Yes, an autopsy can tell within minutes that this was not a stab or gunshot wound, and would have determined it was some kind of a bite injury. The area is closed. Watch out for bears. The news sources only mentioned bears, and the conservation officers were out to catch bears. Again, multiple news sources only mentioned bears. I myself noticed one day alone having 7 conservation trucks catching bears with their bear cages, and assuming it was a bear, they immediately killed, to my estimation and knowledge, what I heard, rumor anyway, that 42 bears were killed within a short period of time. The area was closed because everyone was afraid of bears. Multiple news sources reported bears causing the injury, people to stay inside, people to stay out of the area. Again, this was caused by an animal, most probably a bear. They said they caught all the bears in the area and killed all the bears that they could find. Again, at least 42 in that area. In the province, 142 in the month of September alone. Okay, the bear is to blame. Here's more articles coming out. Bear to blame for the body. Many news reports of the bear is the cause of the death. Now everyone's afraid of being eaten by the bear. Signs up all over the place. Closed area. Stay away. Bears will eat you. Was the general conversation. And here's what to do. Here's the sign that was actually on the property. The other 2 signs as well. To stay away, watch out for bears. And again, they killed 142 bears, including, at least that I'm aware of, 42 in the general area of the finding of the body. The population was afraid of bears from then on, reluctant to go outside, reluctant to go on hikes, and the body was found here, resulting in all the bears in this area being killed. And again, my hearing was approximately 42 in this area within a week or so of this body being found. I have not seen a bear since, and I used to see bears several times a day in my excursions before that. Now this new article comes out over 6 months later. The family sues the farm and the city. It's not the bear to blame. It was the family dogs. Apparently the dogs attacked her, and this must have come from DNA evidence from the swabs, which should have been done initially and immediately to withdraw the attention from the bears to the actual culprit, which was the dog. And so now that we know what the true source of the injuries were, they are trying to find the owners of the dogs. And they should be able to do that again with the DNA, should be very specific. They assumed it was the bears without any evidence other than bite marks, but obviously dogs can do this. It was not coyotes, and again, not the bears to blame. It was the neighbors' dogs. And here we are again, killing all the bears in the neighborhood. 42 bears here, 142 apparently in the province in this 1 month alone. So anyway, not bears but dogs, probably evidenced by the DNA in the bite wounds, which is a fairly standard procedure. They can identify the exact animal or animals that were involved. Apparently there were more than one dog involved, and by DNA several of these were apparently attacking this woman as she was picking blueberries in the field. Turns out the culprits were free-ranging family dogs, and because of this delay they're probably still on the loose, I would imagine. So anyway, this guy, he looks very friendly, but watch out. Okay, I've seen and studied dog bites my whole career. Approximately 1 to 2% of all emergency visits, and I worked in the emergency department, were because of dog bites and dog injuries. So anyway, thank you for all your support. I appreciate your support over the years, including the awards, etc. And so please subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos by pressing on the small caricature below, which you will see. And again, thank you very much and have a good life. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, as I look frequently to give comments. Thank you. Over and out.